Hey everyone! Did you know that if your birthday falls between August 23rd and September 22nd, that would make your astrological sign a Virgo? And if so, then stay tuned because I will be talking about you today in that I'll be going over the 6 Pokemon that would be found on the team of a Virgo Pokemon trainer. I'm Sabrina and you're watching Saffron City TV. Welcome back, everyone. I just love learning about astrology and I love sharing it with all of you. Astrology is the ancient study of the stars and planets and their potential influence on individuals based on their positions, movements, and alignments. Many people believe that astrology can help guide you through understanding your personality, and it can also determine your horoscope, but we are not going to be talking about horoscopes because they got nothing to do with this video. Please remember that astrology is just a pseudoscience, so don't take it too seriously. This is all just in good fun, and I think it's really interesting to talk about. Plus, I'll be giving my own interpretation on the astrological signs in my videos. And today we're going to be talking about the type of Pokemon that you could find on the team of a Virgo Pokemon trainer. Let's just quickly touch upon some astrology basics. The month you were born in determines your sun sign, which provides you with a generalized representation of your personality. Remember that all of the other planets in the solar system also play a part in your personality, but for simplicity's sake, we're only going to be talking about the sun sign today. And if you were born between August 23rd and September 22nd, then your sun sign would be in Virgo. So let's talk about this sign a little bit, shall we? Virgo is represented by the symbol of the maiden, is ruled by Mercury, its element is earth, and its modality is mutable. Virgos are known for being practical, humble, and efficient. They also tend to be detail-oriented, curious, helpful, and intelligent. In Western astrology, Virgo is associated with the element of earth. However, in the Pokemon universe, I think that the fairy type best suits this sign. Virgos are perfectionists and have a strong desire to master anything that they put their minds to. Good is never good enough for this sign. Everything must be perfect. They work incredibly hard, giving them, unfortunately, the reputation of being workaholics, clean freaks, and sometimes a little bit bossy. But these stereotypes aren't always accurate once you take a deeper look into this sign. Virgos simply refuse to produce anything less than excellence. But they aren't this way because they desire attention. As a matter of fact, they're actually more comfortable being wallflowers in the background as long as they feel appreciated for being useful. Virgos are also highly in tune with their bodies, their health, and the environment around them. They value all that is pure and natural, and this doesn't necessarily mean pure in a religious sense. Virgos seem to be calm on the surface. However, if you truly get to know them, you'll find that they have intelligent but overactive minds. They're analyzing and observing themselves and everyone else around them constantly. This leads them to overthink things and become anxious bundles of nerves. And at their worst, they can get to the point to where one more hair will break the camel's back on a day-to-day basis. They are their own worst critic and are incredibly hard on themselves and may resort to punishing themselves if they feel inadequate. Virgos are busy bees who feel as if there's no time to relax. They could always be doing something productive, and this causes them to frequently overextend themselves. But given a little appreciation and gratitude, they'll utilize these aspects to be conscientious, helpful, and reliable to themselves and those around them. Virgos are so interesting, aren't they? So let's talk about the 6 Pokemon that will be on this sign's team. Just as a quick side note, there won't be any legendaries on any of the sign's teams as I don't want anybody having an unfair advantage. So let's talk about this team. The first Pokemon that would be found on the team of a Virgo would be Audino. This is because I think Audino goes well with the symbol of the maiden. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, but Gardevoir would have been a better fit for the symbol of the maiden, and I can agree with that, but only to a certain extent. I have already used Gardevoir on Cancer's team, and since there are over 1,000 Pokemon at this point, I really think it's important that each sign have a unique team with no repeats occurring anywhere. So instead of putting Gardevoir on this team, I decided to get creative. I think Audino makes for a great representation of the maiden, and I think that it's a great asset to Virgo's team as well. The symbol of the maiden is typically shown to be carrying a shaft of wheat and embodies the quality of purity, kindness, and service. Audino meets each of these criteria, and its Pokedex entries state that it has impeccable hearing, meshing with Virgo's fine-tuned powers of observation. Audino also has feelers on its ears, helping it to sense how others are feeling, and it can even hear their heartbeat, resonating with Virgo's health-conscious mindset. This compassionate Pokemon's reputation as a healer aligns perfectly with Virgo's serving and nurturing tendencies. After reading Audino's dex entries, it's pretty clear to me that Audino is a better fit for the symbolism of the maiden and for Virgos themselves than Gardevoir, making this Pokemon essential for Virgo's team. Another great addition to Virgo's team would be Galarian Weezing. Virgos are environmentally conscious, and they care about preserving and improving the natural state of the world. Galarian Weezing would be an imperative member on their team if they wish to uphold these values. According to its dex entries, Galarian Weezing consumes particles that contaminate the air and expels clean air as a waste product. Cantonian Weezing changed into this form after pollution in the Galar region ramped up due to the many factories in the area. Virgo appreciates all that is pure and natural, meaning that Galarian Weezing would help Virgo achieve their plans of maintaining the environment. Anywhere that Galarian Weezing resides is guaranteed to have fresh, clean air, which promotes good health, and this is something that is important to Virgo. This Pokemon is a must-have on any Virgo team if they wish to endorse their values. Next up, I think Torterra makes for a great addition to this team. Torterra is essentially a walking biome, which resonates well with Virgo's love for the environment, but there's another layer to this Pokemon that I think makes it a really good fit for this team. Torterra's dex entries state that these Pokemon have been mistaken for moving forests while migrating in search of water. It even states that Pokemon will make their homes and build their nests on the backs of Torterra, and some Pokemon are even born there and spend their entire lives there. In ancient times, it was believed that gigantic Torterra dwelled beneath the earth. Virgos have this internal obligation to be of service to everyone and everything that they involve themselves with. Just like how other Pokemon live on the backs of Torterras, Virgos take on the role of serving and supporting everybody, even if that means that they suffer as a result. Sometimes this can lead to Virgo becoming a martyr for their values, and this can lead to them becoming a little bit passive-aggressive. However, this can be avoided as long as they feel appreciated for their efforts. Lastly, the fact that people believed that Torterra dwelled underneath the earth kind of meshes well with Virgo's reluctance to be in the spotlight. They'd rather be out of sight, but never out of mind, making Torterra a perfect Pokemon for this sign's team. Next up, I think Porygon Z makes for an interesting addition here on Virgo's squad. You may think that this is an odd Pokemon to have here. However, there is a method to my madness. Porygon Z absolutely belongs on this team, and here's why. Its dex entries indicate that Porygon Z is the result of modified programming and additional software being installed in Porygon 2. This was done so that the Pokemon could be made better with the advancements to facilitate extra-dimensional activities. However, something went wrong, and now Porygon Z exhibits odd and unstable behavior, signifying that the update to this Pokemon's software was a failure due to the incompetency of the engineer who performed this update. Porygon Z was created with the intention of achieving its advancement, just like how Virgo pursues improvement and perfection in all that they do. However, when things don't go their way, Virgos are likely to become very frustrated, stressed out, highly anxious, and erratic, much like Porygon Z's odd behavior. Porygon Z is the epitome of what is going on inside of a Virgo's head when they're stressed. Virgos are much more likely to succeed when they can be forgiving of mistakes, tackle situations with logic instead of overthinking things, and are appreciative of themselves and everybody around them. Porygon Z may appear to be defective, however, this Pokemon is a highly competent battler with decent competitive viability. This Pokemon would work well on Virgo's team as a reminder to try and make the best of bad situations. The next Pokemon that would be perfect for a Virgo team would be Indeedee. Virgos are kind-hearted, devoted, and attentive to the needs of others, just like Indeedee. Per their dex entries, Indeedee are intelligent and have the power to sense people's emotions with their horns. Positive emotions and gratitude act as fuel for Indeedee, and they dislike conflict, preventing it at all cost with their psychic powers. These Pokemon live to serve their trainers and will never leave their side by acting as valets, butlers, and even babysitters. Virgos are highly observant and adept at determining when somebody needs assistance. This showcases their talents for being helpful and supportive to others. Additionally, Virgos need to remember not to take on too much and overextend themselves so that everyone around them can be happy. Virgos deserve to be happy too, you know. Virgos would just absolutely love having these devoted little helpers around to assist them. And last, but certainly not least, Virgo's ace Pokemon is Florges. This Pokemon is such a good fit for Virgo, and I considered making this the first entry on this list as a representative of the symbol of the maiden. However, once I started reading its dex entries, I thought that this Pokemon would be best as Virgo's ace. According to the Pokedex, Florges controls the flowers it grows, claiming entire gardens as its territory and deriving its power by basking in the energy of flowering plants. This meshes well with Virgo's love for the natural world and the environment. Long ago, governors would invite Florges to create flower gardens around their castles, and it's said that Florges will devote their entire lives to protecting these gardens and have done so for at least 300 years. This symbolizes Virgo's affinity towards service and devotion. Florges with red flowers can heal both body and spirit, while Florges with yellow flowers harden their power for battling to protect their gardens. Orange Florges fire off powerful beams, attacking as if they were a battery of artillery. Paintings of blue Florges were highly valued because blue pigments were extremely expensive in older times. Not only that, but blue Florges are usually very compassionate, but they will hunt anyone down who vandalizes their garden and show no mercy even if they beg for their lives. And finally, white Florges can sync with the wavelengths of various colors to draw forth their power. The many variants of Florges symbolize Virgo's tendency to be helpful, dedicated, and compassionate, but will be unforgiving if their hard work goes unnoticed or destroyed. Florges would also help Virgo create an ideal environment with its ability to make flowers grow, and will protect this environment with their lives. All in all, Florges aligns harmoniously with Virgo's gentle but powerful spirit, making it the perfect ace companion for this sign's team. And that's it. That's my team for Virgo. Remember in the beginning of the video how I said that no legendaries would be included on any of the signs' teams? Well, that statement stands. However, I do still think that all of the signs, including Virgo, would love to at least encounter some legendaries. And the legendaries that Virgo would want to encounter would be the Lake Guardians, Celebi, and Shaman. Virgo would be on the hunt for Azelf, Uxie, and Mesprit as they brought about the birth of concepts such as willpower, knowledge, and emotions, respectively. It is said that when these Pokemon flew about, humans gained the capacity for free will, the ability to solve problems, and learned the sadness and joy of living, all of which have proved to be useful to human survival. I think Virgo would resonate well with these guardians, as they too wish to serve and improve the lives of everyone around them with their strength of will, their intellect, and their compassionate qualities. Virgo would also wish to encounter Celebi, a time-traveling peace bringer with the ability to make entire forests grow. Virgo might be inclined to use Celebi's time-traveling abilities to create a perfect world by delving into their past and erasing all of Virgo's mistakes and the wrongdoings of others. However, I think Virgo would be more appreciative of Celebi's ability to restore the earth to its natural beauty by growing forests of plants and trees. And finally, Virgo would be on the search for Shaman, the gratitude Pokemon. Shaman's ability to transform ruined land into blooming fields of flowers aligns perfectly with Virgo's appreciation for the environment. And through the giving and receiving of gratitude, both Shaman and Virgo have the ability to transform into their best selves. Virgo would never pass on the opportunity to seek out the Pokemon that could forever bring them happiness. In summation, Virgos are anxious, nitpicky, perfection-seeking martyrs, but they're also very intelligent, observant, accommodating, and compassionate environmentalists. Virgo's leveled-up team would consist of Audino, Galarian Weezing, Torterra, Porygon Z, Indeedee, and Florges. Virgo would be on the search for legendaries such as Azelf, Uxie, Mesprit, Celebi, and Shaman. What do you think about my team for Virgo? Are you or somebody you know a Virgo? Leave me your sign down in the comments below. Anyway, I really do hope that you enjoyed my video today, and if you did, make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and I appreciate it a lot. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you next time when we cover Libra. Bye!